Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, Log Horizon is probably one of my favorite video game-esque shows where you're just caught in the game and you kind of gotta live by the rule set. Um, for some reason, I absolutely fell for all the characters, fell for the overall different themes and whatnot. So to see this show pretty much not get a continuation in the case of it happening sooner than later. This kind of happened with the second season, but not nearly as long. But now that it's happened much longer, and there was an announcement about season 3, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and tell you why you should watch Log Horizon. Um, Everything I've seen in this show has kind of echoed back to other shows like Sword Art, and just shows that when you see them, you kind of know what you're getting into, this like so to speak. And with this show, it wasn't as much as like, oh my god, if they die for real. Um, they took that and like they kind of made a really cool spin on it, where instead of just dying in the game, you die for real. These people have been in this game for quite some time, and they don't know why they were in the game or how. So once they start understanding that there's multiple upon multiple people all around the game's globe that's in the game, they then come to find out that, okay, so if this is, this is how many people are in here, how many people are willing to actually take a stand against, doing things a certain type of way. And that certain type of way was either taking out the NPCs or just finding a way to not really be, I guess respectful isn't really the word, but to be um, aware that there's a lot of stuff going on, and if you are one of the people that cause change in the economy or change in general in this video game world now, you could be at fault for hurting like NPCs' ways of life, because comes to find out, the people in the game can actually die, but the people who actually live in the game, aka the robots and stuff, they were stuck, right? Like they were actually always going to be stuck. And that was the cool part of the game to me, is that the people who wanted to win and be the strongest and stuff like that, they could still do that. It just started to come to the point where if you were killing off NPCs or if you were watching NPCs die, they'll never come back. They don't have the means to just respawn and be like, oh, well, that was weird and we died. But for the humans, we come to find out that there's people out there that were just grinding and grinding, trying to get higher levels, going through dungeons and stuff like that. But come to find out, if you do go through these dungeons and if you do wind up trying to, increase your powers this way, you wind up in a position where you straight up are losing your memories, your thoughts, your a lot of different things. And I thought that was a much better way than just killing off characters in the real world and stuff like that. Because not only did it hold like a very personal kind of like debt in a way, it's it's everything you've known and loved being taken away from you just because you chose to go on a mission or chose to go somewhere where there was a strong enemy, and without being able to beat it, you lose things that you would normally remember. So I honestly found myself falling in love with a lot of these characters, and the whole losing your memory thing was very, very late of finding out. So instead of them just going into the game, dying for the first time, and then finding out they can't remember a certain thing, it was more or less that it took quite some time for that even to be discovered as a thing, right? So overall, Log Horizon is a show where your memories, your past, your enjoyment really becomes the thing that actually is what you're, putting up to be lost. And I thought that was the best concept that they were doing at that point. Um, then we got into the fact of the matter where the NPCs were pretty useful. Like they were doing things and helping any way they could. So they weren't just like some, oh man, these NPCs are just here to be here. They actually started to help us understand like what type of climates certain things grow better times to make money, stuff like that, which was really cool. And they just take the whole entire video game premise and put it into a much more detailed way. So, I don't know. I think Log Horizon's one of the most underrated shows that had come out in quite some time. And to know that there is another season on the way, I couldn't help but trying to get something out to you guys about watching it, because not only do I enjoy it and I like it a lot, I wound up rewatching it multiple times and learning something new that I didn't notice the first like watch through and stuff like that. So it's not a brain dead show where you just kind of get to watch it and just notice the story as it goes along. You actually got to be uh, paying attention to stuff, because it's easy to miss details. And those are the other types of shows I like, is if there was a detail in the show that gave you the information that you needed to know, but you just so happen to not get it, you'd be confused as to how you were supposed to know something like that, and then all of a sudden you rewatch and you're like, oh, this was actually in the freaking show. Okay, so um, really, really hope you guys give Log Horizon a watch. Pretty sure it's season 3 that's coming, so they were having pretty long episodes, I think like 20 episodes or so, or maybe less, but regardless, however many episodes there were, it was really compelling, and I just happen to love the dungeon arc where they go in and they start grinding, and we actually see what the villain of Glasses is capable of, aka the main character, in the case of putting him on the front line of stuff that has never been discovered, and then seeing how fast or how quickly he can adapt and figure out what to do. Thus, we also find out, about the losing your mind and all that stuff. So it's a show that I highly recommend you guys giving a chance if you try to watch it and you didn't finish it, or if it's something you didn't even know about. Definitely check it out, and I would love to hear your guys' opinion on what you came up with watching it. What did you like? What did you dislike? All that good stuff. But also, I wanted to do this video because there's no Black Clover coming out, unfortunately, and that's about the only show I talk about on Tuesdays. So for me, I didn't have anything to talk about, and at least I can get this out to you guys and talk about something I'm really passionate about, and see if I can get my anime people to watch it as well. So let me know what you guys think, and if you've already seen it, don't spoil too much, but it's going to be a show that y'all will want to watch, and I truly do hope you enjoy it. I also apologize for this video being shorter than it would probably be if I had all the time in the world to just sit down, come up with every single plot point that I wanted to talk about. But I really just want to get this out there that there's a game anime where they're in the game and kind of stuck, but at the same time, they're not fully stuck. In the case of, it looks like there's a way out. They've communicated with people very, very far across the game's globe, and they're also still in a position where it feels like anything's possible as long as they, have the ability to really grind and put their mind forward to getting it done. I mean, the villain with glasses actually, like, there's a safe zone in a town where you're not allowed really to kill each other, to PK, which is player killing. And the villain with glasses made it so all those PKers pretty much look like fools. So there's a lot of things that happen in this game that just instantly show you how talented the main character is, and down to his, subordinates and his best friends and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. Definitely, definitely watch uh, Log Horizon. This is just a couple of reasons why you should watch it. I definitely can come up with more in the comment sections if you have questions as of why maybe I like this show more than Sword Art or other video game-esque shows that they go into depth and stuff like that. But regardless, I definitely just love what I love, and if it's not something you guys liked, I hope you aren't mad at me for liking it. Because there's some weird people out there that if you have any type of opinion that doesn't correspond with their opinion, then you shouldn't have the opinion at all. So I don't believe in that. I believe that you should be able to like and talk about whatever the heck you want, because if you don't, there's going to be a lot more stuff in this world that everybody agrees to, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily the best or great even to watch. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good one. I will talk to you sooner than later when stuff starts dropping or I find something else I want to talk about. So with all that being said, everybody take care and have an awesome day, night, evening, if that is possible. So with all that being said, take care and peace.